What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Paper Warrior 20, coming back at you again with another movie review. And today, it's something a little unconventional. It's Lady Bird. Now, for those of you that have seen it, this is a pretty good movie. For those of you that have not seen it, I'm going to review it for you in only a couple of words. 2 words, in fact. And we're going to keep it brief. Sacramento bad, but maybe good? So, okay, 4 words. Sacramento bad, but maybe good. For those of you that haven't seen this movie follows this girl that is trying to push Lady Bird. Like that movie from Mean Girls, trying to make fetch happen. She's trying to make this name work. And she's a teenager from Sacramento, and her family's poor, and the people she's around are rich, and she wants to go live in the rich homes, and she's dealing with the different things that lower middle class people deal with in Sacramento, California when going to a rich preppy school. And that's essentially it. This is a coming of age movie where this girl, who is admittedly pretty unlikable, to me at least throughout this movie, comes to grips with who she is and her standing in life, and learns to, I think, appreciate what her family has done for her and the sacrifices that her family made in order to put her in the different positions that she's in. But again, that starts getting into spoilers. But this isn't one of those movies that there's real spoilers for, because again, I can summarize it for you in that many words. Is this coming of age of learning who she is and learning that she's not that special. And that's the main message of this movie, is you're not that special. That when you're in high school, you think you're the next big bad thing, and you think you can get with this special guy that's going to love you. In this movie, it's Timmy Chalamet. You know, humble beginnings, I guess, for Timmy in this movie, but not really, because he's playing this big bad guy. But you think you fall in love, and you think that this person likes you, and that you're going to be high school sweethearts, and you're going to live forever after, and you're going to be forever in love. And she falls in seeming love with 2 different guys, and they both let her down in very different drastic ways. And she blames it all on this town of Sacramento, and her parents sacrifice basically everything, remortgaging their house, putting everything on the line for this girl so she can feel like she's special and move to New York. And once she's there in New York, she's realized she has these good experiences, like I feel like a lot of people do in college, like I did myself, where you're learning more about yourself and you're learning more about the people around you. But I think the biggest lesson that a lot of people learn, if not in their first year of college, sometime throughout their life, is that life is going to let you down. You're not that special. She falls in love with these 2 different guys in high school. It doesn't work out. She moves to New York. She meets this guy, and all of a sudden I forget, but she's throwing up and she's blacking out. And again, it doesn't work. It's still not as romantic as what she's making up in her mind. And in that aspect, I love this movie, of that simple message of life isn't going to work out the way you want it to. And it's all about trying to find the ways that make life worth living and finding the people that matter to you. And in this movie, I found her pretty horrible, this Lady Bird character. And it was only at the end where she realizes, I'm not that special. I'm going to go by the name Christine that my parents gave me. Number 1, that. Number 2, she gives her parents a call. Says, hey, hi, I love you guys. Do you remember driving in Sacramento? And that's what I wanted out of this movie. And that's what I eventually got. And I think we only get there based on everything else that happens throughout the movie. But that singular moment made it all click for me and why I love this movie. Of, again, you think you're special, you go to New York, you realize that your parents aren't all that different from what you are at this moment. You realize that, yeah, maybe back in the day they didn't really believe in religion, but now you're in New York and you're finding that you're drawn to go to the chapel because, again, it makes you feel special and it makes you feel wanted and it makes you feel important. And I think that movie captures that feeling so perfectly. But to get there, I hate it. That's why I'm conflicted with this. I think it's a good message overall. I think it's a tough time to get there. And for that reason, a rating out of 10 is difficult for me. I've been to Sacramento. I like Sacramento. I thought the camera work that they did in Sacramento, it kind of felt like a love letter while also kind of bashing on Sacramento. And I guess that's the main theme of this movie, is this underlying love letter covered by this overall oppressive feeling of ugliness, of despair. But once you dig through that ugliness and despair of Sacramento, of Lady Bird herself, you get this ooey gooey core of chocolatey goodness, like a chocolate chip cookie. And for that reason, I think I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I liked it. I liked it in the end. I liked the dynamics with the mother and the daughter. I'm not a girl, so I don't have the mother-daughter relationship, but God help me if I ever have to deal with that. It looks painful, but it also looks very rewarding. I thought the mother was a very, very great character. You know, it wasn't this like Madonna whore complex kind of thing. She's a flawed character while also being this loving mother to this daughter and a loving wife to this husband, and being able to take care of her own and work at the hospital and was able to bring home the money. And I like this movie for that reason. Again, 7 out of 10. And if you disagree, put it in the comments. I'm sure there are a lot of people that will disagree because this was a good movie, but I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. If you like this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and come back for the next video because I'm sure it'll be better than this one because there's always room for improvement. But okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.